So here's an interview with James talking about the first time he met Lars. I guess Lars put an ad on something called the Recycler. It's a paper back in the day, to meet other musicians. They have other things for sale, ads and stuff like that. So Lars puts an ad on the Recycler looking for other like-minded musicians who listen to Iron Maiden and Motorhead and stuff like that. James responded, met Lars at his house, and he said he wasn't a phenomenal drummer, wasn't even a good drummer. And he said that Lars stunk. His house stunk from a Danish smell. I guess he wasn't that much into hygiene back in the day. So go ahead and listen to this interview. Tell us what you think. Leave a comment on what your thoughts about how James meeting Lars and how you felt about that. And now look where it became the biggest hard rock heavy metal band in the world. So go ahead and leave a comment.
I moved to Orange County after my mother passed. I was living with my brother in Orange County. I mean, there was no other option. I went there, and there was nobody in that school that played rock or anything. Really, it was, like 4-H or sports, and not a lot of music scene. So I was craving that. That was what I loved and what spoke for me, to me, all of that. So I knew I wanted to do it. And yeah, well, pre-internet, it was the Recycler.
Full moniker you're going to attach to, most of this. I mean, who would know? I mean, feeling the gratitude, the appreciation, and how all of this has kind of been able to manifest itself for almost 4 decades. I mean, who could fucking think that 40 years ago that this hit the lights, the energy of that tune, and then what that led to could lead to where this sits today, without getting into any of but just if you break it down to that in itself, the fact that we would still be here. I mean, it just, even at that time, when Pete Townsend and Roger Daltrey were talking about, I hope I die before I get old. I mean, that was the spirit of rock and roll. Rock and roll wasn't supposed to age. Rock and roll wasn't supposed to live on like this. So the fact that 40 years later we're here, the fact that, again, that the Rolling Stones are going out on tour, obviously Charlie, rest in peace, and so on. But it who knew?
There was a drive. I mean, really, there was. I was trying to find people that had the same drive to do this that I did. And a lot of my friends were, yeah, sure, I'll be in your band. And, well, what songs do you know? And it was, it was the path of finding all those people that didn't work to find another person as driven as Lars, who had come over from Europe and had all of this knowledge of, traveling with bands, the business side of things, a huge plethora of different kinds of music for me to just be a sponge, and just going over to his house after the ad and just soaking all that up. Just finding someone else that had the same drive was such a gift to think directly about that. And when you were first saying that, the word drive's like, well, it was just what I was doing, what I wanted to do. It was as simple as that. There wasn't a lot in the rest of my life. My family had kind of disintegrated. The people at my school I couldn't relate to. So me and the music became best friends. And I just wanted to learn as much as I could about what music had to offer me. Putting certain songs on the turntable, slowing it down, to learn the solo things and all that, and then playing cover songs in a band. And so the word drive was like, there wasn't much. Yeah, I wasn't happy where I was. I wanted to be somewhere else.